Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk, man. What's going on, man? Ice Cube offer Caitlin Clark $5 million contract to not go to the WNBA, to come to the Big Three. Now the WNBA, the highest, right, the highest viewer, right, what the salary for the WNBA, the highest salary in the WNBA is $242 million. The minimum in the NBA is 1 million. Of course, you can't compare the two. The NBA scene, billion viewers. Yeah, the WNBA barely clocking 500,000 in terms of viewership. Big Three for Ice Cube on a given game. Of course, they hitting 700,000. They're already 100 countries, so they're growing that brand. He's taking that for a lot of players who didn't get drafted, right? Which is the same thing you see The Rock doing right now, merging, the XFL, USFL, together. All those guys, working that to make sure that guys who couldn't, when you come out of college, if you didn't get drafted, you get cut from team. Yes, you still have the opportunity to go to the NFL, the NBA, but there's option there. Guys were going to Europe to play basketball. So now those guys can stay in the United States. They don't have to go to Europe to play. If you're a great player, if you could work your way up from the Big Three instead of going to Europe to play. Now, believe it or not, when you go to Europe to play basketball, you get a lot of money. You could make money playing in Europe. But I think that for a lot of people, having a family here, it's it's a little different. But yes, so the highest salary for that WNBA, of course, is 242, but the rookie salary, first year salary for a player, you're looking at $76,000. Which is not much, right? Yes, you travel and all the stuff after taxes. $76,000 after taxes is still not much coming in. But for a regular person, of course, $76,000 is a lot of money. But for a WNBA player, that's not much, because now you can't live just anywhere. But Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, all those players coming in, WNBA players coming in, they changing the game. They're adding the viewership because they're a dominant force already in college, having the NIL, all the stuff. So they're already known. They have big following behind them. So you look at 1980, right? The NBA was facing bankruptcy. The people who saved the NBA in the 80s were Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. That's a fact. Without Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, the NBA would have been bankrupt. You know what I mean? So without Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, right? So coming in as rookies, you know what I mean? Magic and Larry Bird, they transformed the game. So people start watching it. Then you had, of course, people start watching the NBA because of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Magic coming in with the style, with the way he's playing, with the smile, all the stuff. A lot of energy. So people love that. And then seeing Magic Johnson playing, Magic played with a lot of brothers. So the style he was doing or whatever. So the white people started watching it. Wow, this is something that, that was, they loved that. Seeing a white person doing what he was doing. Magic, Larry Bird was a great player. So those guys, Magic and Larry Bird, you were seeing that every game on television. People start watching. People start flocking to it. So those two guys changed the NBA. They changed the NBA from bankruptcy to be, at one point, was the number one sport in America. I mean, soccer, of course, still number one sport in the world. But I'm just saying, in America, basketball was number one. because baseball was the driving force for what it was, because people was watching baseball, listening to baseball on the radio. So things was, baseball was the number one sport. And then basketball, took over in the 80s because of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And then baseball became second, and then football came in. Football now, after the strike, football now became the number one sport in America, and in terms of viewership, right? Basketball is second, and baseball, of course, third. Hockey, is falling way behind soccer right now because of watching the World Cup, the energy what it brings. So people are just watching it. So hockey is just like barely hanging on. But I'm just saying, but hockey is not in the same breath with the WNBA. The WNBA, the rating is so low because women are not watching women play basketball. Men who watch basketball, I'm not saying women don't watch basketball now, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying women not watching women like that. They're not watching women. It's the men who support the sport. So the viewership is not like that. And I know that people don't want to see, when you tell the women to lower the rim, they take it as an attack towards them. People want to see highlight. They want to see dunks. They want to see, you know what I mean? Not just the threes. You got a lot of tall women and big women in the WNBA that can dunk, which is what people want to see. This is what drives the sport. So you keeping the rim as high as it is to show what? People are not watching you, not watching the game. You want the energy. You want something to talk about. So when you tell that, lower the freaking game, lower the rim, lower it a couple of inches, so you have the advantage to be able to dunk, have the highlights, have the stuff for people to start watching. If you keep it the way it is, the game's not gonna go anywhere. And which is why Ice Cube, Big Three coming in, competing, what left you guys in the dust. So yes, he has the money. He's Ice Cube. Like I said, the Big Three right now, they are in 100 countries. 100 countries. Every game, almost 700,000 viewers. You know what I mean? So they can afford that. You know what I mean? Then you see, like I said, in the 80s, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the NBA. With the highlights, with the stuff they were doing, the dunks, all the stuff, it was energy. Then MJ came in, which Jordan came in, which both Nike and the NBA put money together to push Michael Jordan, to make him the face of the NBA, to transform that, because Larry Bird was getting hurt, Magic, of course, dealing with the AIDS, all the stuff in the 90s, all the stuff like that. So the NBA was pushing that, Jordan was the safe bet, the safe space. They couldn't have Magic, the guy who had, with AIDS, the face of the NBA. They couldn't have that. The world wanted something, something different. So of course, the NBA pushed for Michael Jordan, which is why you see Jordan was getting all those accolades, all the defensive player of the year type. Those were gifts from the NBA to Michael Jordan. That's a fact. Scottie Pippen was guarding the best players, not Jordan. Not Jordan. You know what I mean? So I know you watch The Last Dance. those were edited. Those were picked. Jordan picked those particular stuff to make him look good. In 1991, when they won the first, like I said, in the 80s, Jordan was a non-factor. All right, Jordan was a non-factor in the 80s. 1991, when they won the first championship, it was Bill Paxton. People say, they say Kyrie Irving saved LeBron James because he made the shot, right? They say Ray Allen, saved LeBron James. Bill Paxton saved, the Chicago Bulls were losing in 1991. Bill Paxton made the last shot. He made the shot. They were losing. He drained that shot for them to win the game. So Bill Paxton was the reason that Chicago won the first championship. I'm 46, man. You know what I mean? A lot of the games, I was there. You there, you watch those games, not highlights. and 92 finals. They say, well, Chicago never went to Game 7. Jordan never went to Game 7. Game 6 in the NBA Finals in 1992, Michael Jordan was benched. Draxler, all those guys in Portland, they were beating them. Michael Jordan was benched by Phil Jackson. Benched them. And told Scottie Pippen, take over the game. Be the leader that you always been. And then they ended up winning the game because of Scottie Pippen. Second championship. So you're talking about, and then your third three-peat, Bill Paxton again. So not Jordan. So people doing this myth, this narrative like Jordan was the best. Those were highlights. Perfectly picked by the NBA and Nike to sell shoes and tickets and viewership. That's all it is. Jordan is a myth. That's all it is. But Caitlin Clark is a great player. Caitlin Clark is a great player that's going to go and dominate the game. So going to the WNBA, the same thing in terms of viewership. She's not going to get that. Like I said, starting salary for her, going to the WNBA, starting salary for her, which is why you see Reese elected to stay in college, because she's making more money in college than she would in the WNBA. Which is why you see, like I said, starting salary for her will be going to the WNBA will be $76,000. That's it. They can't go anywhere. They can't change it. This is what it is. $76,000. So to have an opportunity to make $5 million with the big three, $5 million a year, and with incentive she could make, with incentive she could make at least $9 to $10 million in incentive. And so that's something that I think that a lot of players, the WNBA is gonna, they're gonna be bankrupt. They're in the verge of bankruptcy. If it's not for NBA players, listen to me. NBA players are the one keeping the WNBA afloat. NBA players are the one keeping the WNBA functioning right now. They'll been bankrupt. So guys like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, right? You have James Harden. You have Kawhi. Those are the guys who's Westbrook. Those are the guys who's giving money. They give millions to the not $1 million. I'm talking about tens of millions of dollars to the WNBA executive to keep it functioning. There are times they don't have money for traveling. So lower the rim. Lower the freaking rim. Have your dunks, have your stuff to bring it, to generate some people in the stand. And they're not able to do that. So when they talk about equal pay, all the stuff, you're not a man. You gotta lower the rim to play the game. Let showcase your talent. So having Reese, having Caitlin Clark coming in, that's gonna transform the game. So if Caitlin Clark decided, okay, she's gonna take that money. If she take that money to go to the NBA, to go to Big Three, the viewership is gonna transform automatically. You can't compete. Nobody's gonna watch the WNBA. Like I said, Jordan took the NBA to what it was. But listen to what I'm saying. 1980, the NBA, they were on the verge of bankruptcy. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the NBA in terms of viewership. The Jordan came in the 90s, took it. Then LeBron James and Steph Curry, those guys transformed the game to millions, billion views. Caitlin Clark right now, coming in, they're not going to use, again, people are not watching like that. But the big three have more viewership than the WNBA. You have, so anybody can play in the big three. You know what I mean? So in terms of marketing, so that's something that people don't understand. I don't see, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough, man, to be able to do that. So the highest viewership WNBA was able to see in last year's finals was 728,000. The WNBA's highest viewership in the league history reached to 728,000 in the 2023 NBA Finals, WNBA Finals. 728,000 in the WNBA Finals. That's the highest they have been in history. A regular game in today's NBA, regular game. Let's just take Brooklyn Nets with the 76ers. We could take bad teams, right? 1.7 million people are watching. 1.7 million. You could take the worst team in the NBA. Worst team in the NBA right now. Right? So women basketball haven't guaranteed enough revenues, man. You know what I mean? You know, so you can't give them the big salary like that. And the NCAA women tournament, you know what I mean? Reached 400, almost 5 million viewers. The NCAA women basketball, 5 million. So you can't ignore all those things. So I think Ice Cube's offering her $5 million. He knows he's gonna get that in terms of revenue, viewership. So if I'm Caitlin Clark, I would take that money with no problem. You know what I mean? So I would jump on that. So I don't think that it's a reach. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a reach, but Ice Cube looking at from a business standpoint, this is good. You know, so I know it's a stressful time for Caitlin Clark. You know, you have an offer like that. Oh man, you know. So, but she said she's not gonna. Now Caitlin Clark said she's not gonna consider any offers until the Iowa tournament is over. You know what I mean? Clark is 23. You know what I mean? So to have a $5 million to play in the 3-on-3 basketball league for the summer, I think it will be great, because you look at it in the summer. Most players in the summer, a lot of those players go overseas. The WNBA players, they go overseas to play to make some money. So that would be, man, that would be something. But Caitlin Clark is, she's thinking about it. But she said she's going to wait till the Iowa tournament is over before she could just make the decision. Because, but that is a lot. That is a lot. But that's something that the WNBA have to consider. Lower the rim. People want to see highlight. People want to see energy. When you come in, and yes, you guys are good players, but not to get the viewership you're trying to get. You're not gonna get them like that. Nobody's coming in to the game like that because people want to see highlight. Because when they go to the men basketball, you see highlight, you see dunks, you see a lot of stuff. So when you lower the rim to make it fair for you have a lot of players, and NBA players who are 6'5", 6'6", 6'9". You know what I mean? 6'10" players, 6'11" players. You know what I mean? And they could dunk. So I would do that to drive it. Anyway, man, sports talk. What do you think, man? Do you think Caitlin Clark should go to the Big Three instead of WNBA? Because no matter where she go, of course she's getting her sponsorships, she's getting her deals regardless. But $5 million salary is better than $76,000. What do you think? Sports talk. Like, subscribe, and share, man. Peace out.